morning, everybody. Whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or around the world, this is Coast to Coast. It's a beautiful Thursday morning here, full of rain. How about you guys? How's your morning going?
It's a nice 68. Nice 68 light breeze. Freaking gorgeous.
Nice.
Beautiful fun.
That's what it is in my house. Nice 68, a slight breeze from my furnace.
We have ice.
Ice. Well, that makes some sense.
It's actually
you can have that ice.
It's frozen fog, actually.
See, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because when your headlights hit frozen fog, it's just this like glitter show in front of you. It's nice.
Yeah. It's not nice on the roads, but it's nice to look at. It's not nice on the roads, though.
No. Totally sucks on the roads because it's a little slick. And then if you're out here in Seattle and you get it, you are then driving a bobsled.
Yes, and it never feels good when you're coming off your back deck and you got 3 steps to go down, and the first one has black ice you didn't see, so you slid down and bang your head on the concrete. Oh, I love those days in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Thank you for reminding me, Dustin.
All
that
right,
hurts.
We got the first Sheboygan reference of the year. There we go.
I'm telling you, hey, when you hit that black ice on concrete, oh, there's no better feeling in the world.
Leave it up to Jay to shoehorn it in there for no reason.
The wife goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "I think I got a concussion, but there's no protocol around this son of a gun."
Yeah, I think you still do.
Hey, that's very true. Very true.
Man.
Hey, it's going to be 55 here and sunny today, so.
That's warm for this time of year for you, isn't it?
It is. It is very warm for us this time of year. It's actually going to be a gorgeous night to have a world premiere movie come out.
Oh, yeah?
The world premiere movie of The Conspiracists comes out tonight. And in Wilmington, Delaware, it's the first movie filmed in Delaware since the Dead Poets Society that came out in 1989.
Great movie, by the way.
That was a great movie. Yeah.
The Conspiracy
really is in it.
Oh, you're in it.
And then, are you a cameo of
I am
yourself?
in it.
You a cameo of yourself?
I am a cameo as the Philly sports guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my credit says the Philly sports guy as himself.
Nice.
It doesn't even give me my name. I think that's the credit.
That actually makes sense.
But no, I'm excited.
I'm just
it's going to be
curious,
fun.
so-
I get to be on a red carpet.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm curious though. So it's filmed in Delaware. I'm assuming it's about Philly though. Even though it's filmed in Delaware, I'm assuming this movie is about Philadelphia at some level, right? Is that how they tied you into it? I'm just trying to figure out how the Philly sports guy got tied into it, like as part of the storyline.
So it's not. I'm not part of the storyline. What's going on is that I am. So the premise of the movie is that they are creating the first ever conspiracy convention, the Con. And
Okay.
I am a presenter at the Con.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
So I have a booth and I go over and I'm only in the movie for like a whole 5 to 10 seconds. You're not.
No, but that's still pretty cool. That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
But I express. Yeah, but I go over a couple of ways that conspiracies that have plagued the Philadelphia Eagles.
See, hey, you said that movie comes out. That movie comes out today. Is it all around the U.S. or just the Delaware and then the rest of the country? Or
so it's the premiere is in Delaware, and you'll be able to get it on Amazon starting tomorrow.
Hell yeah, I'll watch it.
So you will all be able to see it if you have Amazon Prime. I think it's like 87 minutes
Okay.
It's a comedy,
Okay.
so it's one of these things where.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I definitely look forward to seeing that tomorrow. Then I will definitely be keeping my eye out for the PAG sighting.
There you
And
go.
Donna wants to know what's the name again?
The Conspiracist?
The Conspiracists.
Yeah.
Correct.
Conspiracy.
Is it on my end or Pags? Or you just
Yeah, it's
your
all
signal?
about conspiracies. I might be lagging because of Instagram.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
Instagram.
You're you're kind of all over the place. So Instagram sucks. Like that's the main takeaway.
Hey, question. Sports related. So I don't know, and maybe you guys have a little bit more. The Astros, they added some beef to their bench or their strike rotation with this new pitcher from Japan, Amai, however you want to say his last name. What are y'all thinking about him? Do y'all think he's gonna? They say it's supposed to be like Yamamoto, or they've compared him to Yamamoto. What are y'all thinking? Because I think that if he is anywhere like Yamamoto, and I put it behind Hunter Brown and in between him and Javier, that could be a really nice starting three.
Is he going to be Yamamoto at the beginning of the year or the end of the year?
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, the other thing though too is it's hard to compare any of these Japanese pitchers to Yamamoto, but this guy going to Houston is going to be the problem because he is a fly ball pitcher. And Houston is not a deep ballpark. So if you're going to be a fly ball pitcher going to Houston,
he's a home run pitcher. I like it.
He's going to strike out. He's going to strike out a ton of it. He's going to strike out a ton of batters because he can throw 100 and he's got a 94-mile-an-hour reverse slider. So he's going to get a lot of guys out, but he's also going to give up fly balls. Even if they're not hard contact fly balls, it's still a fly ball pitcher going to Houston is not typically a good fit. Which is why he got the contract that he got, a 3-year deal with opt-outs after each year.
Yeah, I mean, it's $54 million, so it's a friendly deal. So if he pans out, I would imagine Houston would just match whatever at arbitration or the opt, whatever. I would imagine they would pay him because we're getting rid of Valdez. So he's supposed to basically take the spot of Valdez in the rotation.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. And then they got Burrows that they just traded from Pittsburgh. I don't really know much about him other than he has a 3.54 ERA. I don't know how that's going to translate, but doesn't look bad as a number 4 starter, though.
I mean, the biggest difference is, again, the park that they play in now.
Yeah. I just don't know why the Astros have not moved on from McCullers yet. As terrible as he's pitched and as sparingly as he's pitched, I don't know why the Astros have just not cut ties with him yet. It's weird to me.
Who knows? It's the Astros.
No, don't say it's the Astros like that. We do a pretty damn good job with our team. I just don't understand why they haven't. They've moved on from other people. We've traded other people. Why have that not moved on from him yet? Which is really weird. He's been there for a long ass time, almost 10 years, but he's pitched sparingly. And when he does pitch, he's all over the place. I don't understand how his pitching performance has kept him around this long.
More so like a depth body because all these teams always have that mindset you can never have enough starting pitching. So even if he hasn't pitched a ton over the last couple of years, he's still a guy that's made over 300 starts, and he's still one of those depth pieces where if somebody does go down, you can throw him in there and he's going to give you 5 innings.
Yeah.
I don't know. They threw him in there a few times. He only lasted like 2 batters or 3 batters, and he was done. So I've seen that several times where he's come in and pooped the bed, where he hasn't even made it out of the first inning.
I thought you were starting tonight. I did. Oh, sorry. I didn't turn it on until the second inning.
Seriously, I mean, you know how many times I've seen him get kicked out of the first damn inning? And I'm like, dude, you sat on the bench for over a year from your last surgery, and you can't even get out of the first inning? What the hell were you doing in spring? And I guess your rehab assignments at AAA.
What are you talking about? He did get out of the first inning.
Well, that's true. I mean, he did technically. I guess physically he did, right?
He's like, I'm out.
And I'm out of here. Oh yeah, I can't find. Listen, he goes up there. His location is so bad. He might as well throw Ray Charles out there. Him and Stevie Wonder probably get up there, try to find the damn target.
Well, that's exactly the guy I want for Houston then.
Exactly,
In fact,
bro.
have like 5 or 6 more of those. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I just don't know why that moved on from him. I keep thinking, like you said, conspiracy theory. There's got to be a conspiracy somewhere in there. I understand the death, what you're saying, but jeez. Yeah, glove drop. That's exactly what it is.
And then, Bo, you guys signed the definition of a boomer bust player yesterday.
Who'd they get?
Oh, did we? I didn't see it.
Patrick Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay.
Don't know him.
The guy averages 1 home run every 7 at bats, but he strikes out 43% of the time.
I mean,
that's the definition of a boomer.
That fits with the Mariners because we were leading the majors in strikeouts. So he fits right in the fold. You're like, oh yeah, you either swing for the fence or you walk home. And for big sections of the year last year, it was Willie Mays Hayes. Maybe he's just pointing at the left fielder.
Yeah, but that does worry me though about the Dyken Park. You're right. That left field porch. If he is that type of guy, I mean, yeah, you're right. That's going to be a lot of damn home runs. But we did such a good job though developing Kikuchi. I'm wondering when he came to us, and then of course he left the next year after that. But I'm wondering if they put time into him, if they can cure him of that issue. If that really is the case.
Different type of pitcher though. You say Kikuchi was a ground ball pitcher. He was always the guy that worked down in the zone, where if he made a mistake, you were going to beat it into the ground versus Imai works up in the zone. So if you make a mistake, it's going to be down the middle pretty much in hitter territory.
And what the hell is a reverse slider? What is
a slider from a right-handed? So from a right-handed pitcher, if you throw a slider, it starts in the left, like the inside corner to a right-handed hitter and breaks to the other batter's box. So his slider starts in the middle of the plate and breaks low and into a right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that was a pitch.
The outside of his hand.
Yeah, he literally, if you can find the video on YouTube, they actually slow it down when he throws it, and it literally looks like he's throwing the baseball like he's about to throw a disc golf frisbee. Like he just takes his hand out to the side and kind of flicks it.
So,
I wonder what that does to the arm.
To answer Donna's question, I think it's a little of both, actually. I feel that JT is trying to get a bigger pay, and he feels that even the last time they went and played this game, that he didn't wait long enough and took the deal with the Phillies. Not that 100 million is a big deal, like 124 million, I think is what he got, but I think he thinks he can get a lot more than what really calls for him. And the truth of the matter is that he's still the best catcher in the league. But, ultimately, I still think I think the Phillies are going to wind up getting him back. I just think that he overvalues himself, or his agents got him overvalued.
Who's his agent? Is it Boris?
I don't think so. You would know.
I thought it was Boris at a time, but I'm wondering if he was one of those players that got rid of Boris when Boris was that 2022? When Boris came into the offseason saying like all his clients are worth this, and this, and outside of Trey Turner, none of the clients got anything close to what Boris said they were worth, and then they all started dropping them. So for some reason, I thought Riamutu had Boris when he signed his initial deal with the Phillies, but I don't think he has them anymore.
Yeah.
No. Either or. At the moment, I think that, like I said, I think they have him overvalued.
So I guess what do you guys attribute to the fact that we're sitting roughly 4.5 weeks from when pitchers and catchers report, and you're about 6 weeks away from the first spring training game, and 25 of the top 50 free agents are still left unsigned? Do you attribute that to maybe their agent overvaluing what they're worth? Do you contribute that to these teams are just trying to be patient and try to get these players as cheap as possible? Or do you think there's more to it than that? Because you can't tell me that guys like
Well, I think that
Kyle Tucker haven't signed yet, Bregman, Bo Bichette, like these guys with Kyle Tucker, he has not had one formal offer even presented to him yet. And that's, I think, the weirdest part of the offseason, because even with Bregman and Bichette, you hear that they're talking to teams, but you haven't heard that any formal offer has been presented to any of these guys. Ranger Suarez, Framber Valdez, any of these guys, like the best free agents out there yet, they have no offers even on the table right now.
I think that at the moment they are all waiting for the first shoe to drop.
And I wonder how much aren't they up for CBA negotiations right now?
I think that's a big part of it is the CBA negotiations.
That's what we talked about. And that's what we were all thinking was there's the CBA negotiations.
Because when I was listening to Jeff Passan yesterday, the players union and the owners have already kind of started to talk about the CBAs. Obviously not the money side of things, but they've kind of started to present other aspects of kind of what they want to change. And one of the things being presented to the table right now is 2 trade deadlines. So you'd have your regular season trade deadline as is. It would not be July 31st like it has been. They would have it set up where the last Sunday in July would be the trade deadline. So the date would move just depending on whatever day that is. It could be July 26th. It could be July 30th, whatever. But the last Sunday in July would be the regular season trade deadline. And then once the World Series is finished, then they would have basically an off-season trade deadline where all trades that teams want to make would have to be made by December 12th, which is typically, or not December 12th, but the Friday before the winter meetings start. Once that off-season deadline passes and the winter meetings begin, that's when they want the actual free agent period to start, because then it's like, oh, you traded all these people. Now the teams that didn't trade for a pitcher can actually sign a pitcher and go get one. They're trying to make it so people are actually going to get aggressive in free agency again, as opposed to play this waiting game. Because this waiting game the last 3 years has hurt baseball a lot.
Has it?
It has, yeah. It's hurt. It's from the money side of things for some of these players. That's why you're starting to see a lot of these opt-out deals now. Like Bregman's a prime example. Bregman wanted to get 7 at 185 last year. Had to settle for a 3-year deal with an opt-out after year 1. Now he opted out. He's trying to get a similar deal again this year, and he has no offers on the table right now.
Well, that's because nobody wants to spend the money, and then, like I said, that these guys that are overvalued are the ones that are going to wind up getting beaten up in the process of this whole year. Like, this is where it's like, okay, we're not, you aren't worth this money. So we don't want to pay you 7 years, $200 million. It's like the prices on these guys have been so overinflated.
Yep.
Right.
And it used to be baseball was a game where, the reason why it was America's pastime was because the American family could
afford it.
Right. Now they can't. Now it's too much. So, it's like, okay, well, everybody wants to make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And even the Phillies have started to do switch from a family-owned operation to a corporate operation. And it's
what
I think that's what is messing up with baseball.
What you said there too is why the players union is kind of discussing that kind of off-season trade window where you're going to have like basically a 3-week window for these trades to happen before like regular free agency starts. And their thought process behind it is if a team wants to trade for a player bad enough, they're going to trade during this 3-week window. But if they don't make a trade in that window and now you're still looking for like starting pitching help, you're still looking for third base help, outfield help, now you're going to have to be desperate and perhaps overpay to get one of these guys because you didn't make the trade to do so. So, yes, there might be some sort of a salary cap put in place where you can give out $400 million contracts. But instead of giving, we'll say Harrison Bader, for example, instead of giving Harrison Bader like a 3-year, $50 million deal like he would maybe get now Now you might have to go 3 years, $70 million because you didn't make the trade during that 3-week window to get somebody else that was better. Because that way, if you're gonna limit what players can make due to a cap, give them that offseason trade deadline. Because then, if you're gonna make teams be desperate, then players might still get more money than they're worth just because of the desperation side of things.
First off, it's not 3 weeks; it's 6 weeks.
Yeah,
because
but it's just like
it ends. Yeah. It ends November 1st, really, in the World Series. That being said, though, that old idea is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous in terms of the way that they're even thinking about it. I mean, they really should
trying to get players the most money they can possibly get, because if they get a salary cap, they know that money is not going to be what it is now. They're trying to come up with every possible solution to give players some way to get the most money possible, even if it means teams have to overspend in some aspect.
So I also think that Bader goes back to the Mets. I think that's what he wants.
Oh, he wants to go back to the Mets, or he wants to go play with the Mets?
My opinion. I mean, I think he wants to go back to the Mets.
Joe, Bo, can you pull Rob's comment down before with Nico? I saw him put something with Nico Horner before. I didn't catch the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Nico is on the market. Seattle has been listed as a trade partner, but the Cubs want a starter. And I don't know if Seattle's going to want to part with like a Brian Wu or a Gilbert or any of their top guys. Maybe.
Probably not.
Who's the other one you got? Is it was it Castillo?
Yeah.
I can see you parting with him because he's in the final year of his contract, so I can see you parting ways with him. But the whole key to the situation is what happens right now with Bo Bichette and Alex Bregman, because the Cubs are actively in talks with both Bregman and Bo Bichette. If they get one of those two guys, then Nico Horner is going to be traded. Because
I keep hearing a lot of things with Tucker's name coming back to Houston. I just don't know that Houston's going to pay the money that he's going to want.
He's not going to get anything he wants.
Yeah, that's my point. I just don't see that happening.
You know what Tucker's going to end up getting, Jay? Which is why I think he's going to end up in Houston at this point.
Why is
He's going to be forced to take like a 1-year, $35 million prove-it deal, because he's coming off of 2 straight injured seasons. Yeah. And last year he had a down season when he actually was playing. We
would definitely give you Hancock. All he does is come in and lose this game, so you can definitely have him.
No, I have a feeling they would try to get Castillo just because I think the money works. Because I think Nico's getting paid $16 million, Castillo's getting like $24 or $25 million this year, so the money works a little bit on that aspect.
Yeah.
I keep hearing that Jake Myers is looking for a trader. Their Astros are interestingly shopping Jake Myers. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I mean, he's got a sub decent arm because of injuries, but he's got a great defensive catch rate at 98% and about a 260, 255 batting average. I hope they don't get rid of him because I think unless Tucker comes in,
that's why
I like that you described that as a sub decent arm.
And then you went into the hitting. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I was just saying that's the knock on him. I apologize. I mean, that's the knock on him is that his arm strength isn't quite there because of those injuries. Everything else is great, but that arm of his is horrible.
Yeah, that's why the Tucker going back to Houston is gaining a little bit more traction. It's because they are shopping Myers, where if they end up trading him, then Tucker slides into where Myers was.
Yeah. I'll tell you a team.
And then I hear Peralta. Peralta's on the market.
I don't want to talk about it. The Dodgers are close to getting him right now. They're already discussing prospects and players to Peralta. I'm like, why not just freaking give the Dodgers somebody else? Why not?
Makes sense. Why not? Just give them every damn top player at every damn position. You might as well call the Dodgers an all-star team.
Like they don't even give anybody else in baseball a chance to make an offer. Like they see somebody's name pop up on the trade block, and like 2 seconds later, they're on the phone saying, "All right, name the prospects you want." It's like, you could have post them for
listen, that's the first thing that they're going to take away.
Yep.
MLB is going to take away this deferment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's not going to be deferment payments, and they're going to get forced to declare bankruptcy. That's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. The Dodgers are the ones that are forcing this issue, and they're going to have to declare bankruptcy because of it.
They're not going to claim bankruptcy. They made as much off of Ohtani being there as his entire contract already.
So did you see how much they have to pay in the stinking luxury tax this year?
I'm sure it's a hell of a lot.
Oh, it's crazy.
They have to pay $377 million in luxury tax penalties, which is more than every single payroll in baseball besides one.
I'm thinking like with 370 million on 1 year, that's almost look. If you did that 3 or 4 years, that's enough for that damn team to have bought a stadium in one of these mid-market cities.
The biggest payroll in baseball is
Paid off.
392. The biggest payroll in baseball is 392, and the next biggest is like 356. So the Dodgers penalties are more than 29 payrolls in baseball.
That's insane.
Exactly.
Like
that is insane, man. It's freaking insane.
That's why they want to get Freddie Peralta. That's why they're also trying to get Kyle Tucker. You can get Peralta and Tucker, both lock them up for long-term deals, defer the money, and then guess what? It's not going to matter at that point because money deferred or not, they're all the deals they've made prior to a salary cap coming in, they're going to be grandfathered into the Dodgers. So the Dodgers are going to get away with it for as long as they need to get away with it to kind of figure out the plans for teams that are over the cap when the new cap comes in.
I mean,
Yeah,
they are getting close to the part of do they even need to play the games?
Yeah, it's just can we just mail in that loss to the Dodgers? Why do we spend the money to even go there?
I tell you, it's
here's your
you
ring.
keep doing this. You keep doing this. It's like I said, they got lucky. You know, the Phillies beat themselves. The Blue Jays beat themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just that's why they were able to win the World Series. Right. Now, you keep at it, people. I tell you, it becomes the dream team, and those dream teams fall apart. You know, I can't wait for the time that they are. They got a $500 million payroll, and they don't make the playoffs, and it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. Right? Like, you absolutely want to see that scenario crash and burn.
Of course.
The only thing that I have with it is I compare them a lot right now to when the Golden State Warriors were constantly getting to the finals for those 4 or 5 years where they treated the regular season like the preseason basically just because they pretty much knew they were going to the playoffs, and then they get to March and then the Warriors kind of flip that switch and are like, we're going to start playing playoff basketball now. Dodgers through July last year and even the first couple of weeks of August were really not that great of a team. But then the last 6 weeks of the season, when you start kind of lining things up for the playoffs, and the Dodgers flipped that switch and said, we'll start playing, Dodger baseball now and looking like the team everyone thought we were going to look. It's like they sleepwalk 4.5 months, and then when it starts to matter 6 weeks before the season's over, it's like, let's play baseball now.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder, because, Harrison Bader was one of the guys on the Phillies last year who at the right time started to get hot, and then he got hurt. Had he not gotten hurt, there's a piece of me that thinks that his presence in the batting, in the lineup and in the field would have made the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have beaten the Dodgers. And then all of this, like all the money that the Dodgers are spending is now to try to get over the hump rather than get back, which, like I said, this is Major League Baseball is going to really put in all these different things where the Dodgers are going to have to, it's not going to be a grandfather clause. You're going to have to get to within the parameters in a certain amount of time. And I'd be willing to bet that they're only going to give him 2 years, which means that they're going to have to make trades and stuff like that to make that happen.
Man, that would be insane. Yeah. Well, hey, question. So, when the A's go to Vegas, I saw something where somebody owns the name Vegas A's or Vegas Athletics or whatever. How is that going to work? Are they going to be able to? I guess they're going to have to pay a boatload of money, or do you think they changed the name?
No, they just can't copyright it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, they applied for the copyright. They can't copyright it because there is something that already exists. So
Yeah, but doesn't it hurt them financially to move there where they can't even copyright and make money off the name because somebody else is getting that money?
I mean, they can still use the name.
Right, but I'm saying, but wouldn't it hurt their merch sales? Because how can you sell it because you're selling the name, their copyrighted image?
Well,
Uh,
we got some breaking news to break before you continue, Jay. The Dolphins have just fired Mike McDaniel.
there we go.
Well, there you go.
There's the other shoe.
There we
Yeah.
go.
That's in response.
What did it say?
That was straight in
Stephen Ross
response
met with the
to
team.
Harbaugh.
No question.
Stephen Ross met with the team this morning. So he must have had conversations, I guess, prior to even meeting with the team. I think once Harbaugh got fired, then I think Stephen Ross was like, well, maybe you're not so safe anymore, McDaniel. Because now Harbaugh said he's not taking any interviews until after this weekend to see what teams get eliminated this weekend. Because then, just hypothetically speaking, if he goes to the Giants, if he wants a coordinator from one of these teams that got eliminated this weekend, it's right for the picky. He can go right after him because they're no longer in the playoffs. He doesn't have to play that waiting game where it's like, oh, I still have another playoff game to coach. Oh, now you can't talk to me for another 2 weeks because I'm in the championship game now.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we can kind of be like, okay, these 4 teams got out, so let's, I'll take your job here, and I want this guy, this guy, this guy.
Yep.
Leads me to believe he's got a coaching staff in mind already that he wants.
We definitely talked about that the other day, that if Harbaugh, wanted that job, McDaniel would not be safe.
Yeah. And I think Harbaugh has, an idea of who he wants on his staff.
Sure.
From guys that are like currently coaching, which is probably why he's like, I'll take the rest of this week off and wait to take the interviews until next week. And don't be surprised to get a phone call in about a week or two.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
So Taylor, and I can go 9 for 9 on my list.
I was going to say the only person who didn't was the Bengals.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor.
Well, no, you initially had Dave Canales on your list, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Dave Canales won't be fired.
Not now. He's in the playoffs.
Yeah, Panthers coach won't get fired this year.
No. So I didn't. I take that back. I didn't have. So I'll just bring it up.
I thought you had Canales on there.
I don't remember seeing the Canales on there.
So what I had him on was a different list
Gotcha.
Of the first-year coaches.
Okay, I gotcha.
Who would get kicked out of that one, and it ended up being Carroll.
Right.
So
isn't Canales in his second year though?
I believe he is. Yeah.
But there you go. It's like only Zach is the one who made it. Everybody else got fired.
And I'm
very
honestly,
interesting.
I'm still not gonna say Zach Taylor's safe yet. Because you have to think that
if they finally fire the GM,
that's
gone.
That's why they said
they run it back. If they run it back with that GM,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think Zach Taylor's completely safe yet, because just because they said the GM is safe, they can still fire that GM if they see another candidate that they want for that GM, and then at that point I don't think Zach Taylor's safe.
So also I still think that if Pittsburgh loses this week, that there is I think it's a mutual. I think he retires. So this goes back to they don't want to pay people who aren't working.
Yeah.
So and he's got another year left on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
But the way to get around that is to have him retire. If he retires, then they don't owe him that money. And that's where I think that's what would occur. And then if he goes and retires where they don't owe him that money, I suspect that there's 2 places where I think he would wind up at. Vegas or Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that Dallas would make some things happen and try to get him.
And try what? Then they had to get rid of Schottenheimer. And they just
They would
hired
have
him.
to get rid of Schottenheimer, correct?
Wow.
I see something like that possibly occurring. It wouldn't
Yeah.
throw. It's like it's within the realm of possibility when it comes to Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Brian Flores is meeting with the Ravens tomorrow, I believe.
Okay.
Man, I know he wants a head coaching job, so he's not going to take a defensive coordinator's job. But I would love to see Flores come to Dallas and take over for Eberflus.
Depending on what a team pays him, he could take a defensive coordinator job because right now he's the highest paid assistant in the NFL as it is.
Yeah.
He's making like $4 million to be the defensive coordinator. That's more than a lot of head coaches are even making.
Well,
Yeah,
he's got the highest then because we got the highest at $5 million.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it Fangio?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Flores is getting paid great money to be a defensive coordinator. So I mean, even if he doesn't get a head coaching job, someone's going to have to pay for him. Otherwise, he'll just go back to Minnesota and get probably a raise.
Yeah, I would love to have him as our defensive coordinator. I was actually lobbying him for a head coach. I thought he would be a great head coach even at Houston before DeMeco Ryans got there. And that, of course, that never came to fruition. So if he wanted to come to Dallas and take over for Eberflus, I'd be ecstatic.
The fact that he's fired is interesting.
Who?
I'd be interested to see if the Eagles bring him in.
Which guy?
McDaniel.
Oh.
Not as any official term. It would just be like as a consultant right now. Bring him in. Imagine now Fangio and McDaniel back together again with the potential of, like I said, there's going to be some. Kevin Petrullo is going to get interviewed for a job. He's going to get some interviews. And like I said, he is a really intelligent guy. And I feel that he'd be a better head coach than he would be offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
So
this just happened, Jeremy.
It wouldn't surprise me for him to get an offer somewhere and take it. And then the Eagles straight out bring in McDaniel as their offensive coordinator. Now, I also think that Tennessee is probably going to jump on McDaniel. I also think that the Ravens should jump on him because he is really an offensive mind. He's just a great offensive mind.
The Ravens, after the reports with John Harbaugh losing the locker room this year, the Ravens want to bring in somebody that can command a locker room. And that's kind of the knock on McDaniel, where he's never kind of been that command the locker room guy versus Brian Flores will command that locker room or he'll put you in your place.
Yeah, and Jeremy, the Lions, if they were to pick him up for an OC, that'd be a nice fit too.
The Lions already have requested to interview Bears offensive coordinator Declan Doyle.
Sure, but that request probably came in before Mike McDaniel was fired, and they're gonna interview multiple people, obviously.
I think the Eagles should bring in Brian Callahan as the OC Pigs, because Brian Callahan was a terrible head coach with the Titans, but he sure knew how to call plays with the Bengals. Because he was Zach Taylor's OC for 4 years in Cincinnati. He knew how to call an offense in Cincinnati. He just was a terrible head coach.
Possible. I really feel like because I'm tired of playing the, carousel of offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
So I really would like to see somebody come in here and stay for 2 years.
Winning doesn't allow that, though.
Yeah,
I was about to say it's hard when you're winning.
Poached constantly.
That's the only thing that bothers me about coaches in the NFL is like they're always, unless you're the head coach, it seems like most of these coordinators are on like a 1-year deal where it's like, oh, you can go interview with somebody else now. Like I wish coaches and like coordinators alike would kind of have a similar contract to like players where you have to sign at least a 2-year deal to be with a team for 2 years.
Yeah, no, I mean,
unless you get
right,
fired.
like Vic Fangio is. Like you said, I'm not interested in becoming a head coach again. This is what I do now.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you got to find that guy who's interested in doing just that.
Yeah.
So maybe Callahan fits into that. However, my expectation is that his ego will want him to get a second chance. And Same thing with McDaniel. You know, I mean, I feel like that guys that have been around that have not, like, I'd almost go old school, you know, like, I'm trying to think of like one of those older names who was really good for a while and then started to get stale.
As a head coach or as a coordinator?
He was a head coach, went back to being a coordinator, and then got a little stale. You know, like
to answer Rob's question, if we lose Kubiak, then yeah, they absolutely better call McDaniel. I mean, he's going to be one of the better offensive coordinator opportunities out there.
Jim Caldwell comes to mind on that, Pegs. Jim Caldwell was a great offensive coordinator, got the job with the Colts where he had some success with the Colts, and then went back to being a coordinator with Detroit and was not very good when he was a coordinator in Detroit when he went back to being one.
Yeah, some people don't get over the head coach pull. You're like, it's like I feel like some of that, you need a couple of years off to be able to get your mindset off of being a head coach, because you start to undermine the actual head coach in certain circumstances.
Sure.
I feel like that. You don't necessarily mean to. It just happens that way.
Yeah.
Mike Zimmer is another one. Mike Zimmer was one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL for 2 decades. He goes to the Vikings for 7 years and then tries to become a defensive coordinator again and couldn't do anything when he went to Dallas. Like, he got lit up just as bad as Eberflus did.
Yeah, no, it was awful. Yeah.
And he was like one of the best defensive masterminds for like 23 years as a defensive coordinator. Then he goes and coaches and gets fired, and then it's like he forgets how to call a defense.
Well, I think him and McCarthy had some issues anyway.
Yeah.
Like there was.
I mean, they're both old
McCarthy.
heads. So
McCarthy is a name. However,
Yeah.
my expectation is that he would try to run a franchise.
That's what you said about 5 minutes ago with Tomlin. If the Steelers part ways with Tomlin, don't be surprised if McCarthy takes that job. He's from Pittsburgh. Do not be shocked at all.
McCarthy's supposed to be on the phone call list for almost all of them.
Yeah, do not be surprised if Tomlin in Steelers part ways if the Steelers are calling McCarthy. That's the one job, since he's from the Pittsburgh area, where I think he'd be like, this will be the last head coaching job that I want. Like, I will take the Steeler job. I'll be here as long as you let me stay here, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I do not know about that. Like, and the reason why is because the Steelers like to pick younger guys. He likes younger guys and wants the longevity from them. So that's where I kind of feel that McCarthy's just too old and too blah. He's just too blah. You know what I mean? It's just like it's.
Come on, you don't want to reunite him with Aaron Rodgers one more time if Rodgers decides to run it back again?
that would be interesting.
Bring in Alan Lazard and some of these old Packer players that he had and just run it back with the Pittsburgh Packers?
Nothing better than a good PP.
Well, I don't know that would occur, but I mean I think that they would be more apt. So, yeah, I just feel like that, to be honest, I look at Brian Flores being the perfect guy for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I can see
So,
that.
you know, like he would be there forever. Like he would be there 30 years.
Because he's 43 right now, I think, or 44.
That's what I'm saying. He'd be there for like 26 years, just about till he was 70.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually, I mean, you know, Mr. Rooney's going to die soon. You know, sooner than not.
Yeah.
And then who knows how that franchise is going to get run.
Right. Or who's going to take over from there.
Yeah, it's like I'm not trying to wish the guy bad health. I mean, he's had an amazing franchise. Did you ever hear the story on how he got the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Mm-mm.
He won a horse race.
Oh,
He bet on a horse, and it was a long shot. It won. He took that money and bought the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's not a bad way to go.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not with all the success that franchise has had with him at the leadership helm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, it's been a storied franchise for sure. So there is some other news today. Rashee Rice back in trouble. So obviously he misses 6 weeks of this season for that hit and run action on the highway, and now he's got a domestic violence excuse me.
accusation on him.
Yeah, accusation. So, it's the NFL. You wouldn't have thought too much about it because they don't care unless there's video or pictures, and there are a lot of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh man,
they may be yet again looking for a receiver in KC because Rashee Rice may be going the Ray Rice route and of football.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, Ray Rice never did see the field, even though NFL cleared him to play.
I mean, you gotta look at it though. Ray Rice was like 32, going on 33 when that happened. Though, like, not too many teams are signing a 33-year-old running.
I don't think they would have signed him to begin with. I think they just were. They didn't want any part of it.
I think the Ray Rice video was way too damning for NFL teams to take on what would have happened.
Yeah,
right. That there would have been so much chaos off the field from bringing him in. Now, when you look at Rashee Rice after having the hit and run injuries, racing on the highway, missing, a third of a season, then moving right into this where it's accused that, it's been happening over the last 8 years.
yeah.
That, yeah. I mean, that's a really good way to find your way out of the league. And rightfully so. Like, if you're a giant douchebag, I don't want to see you on the field anyway.
Yeah.
So that changes my mind about the possibility of AJ Brown getting traded.
Mm-hmm.
I could see KC doing that.
They would give up 2 first-round picks. I could see them giving up 2 first-round picks to try to get him. That's makes perfect sense to me.
So,
to get AJ Brown?
Yeah,
To try to get AJ Brown.
Yeah. I mean, that would be good for them. Get somebody that could actually catch the ball.
Speaking of hit and runs, which that's obviously not what we want to talk about on the show, but Henry Ruggs is available for parole in 2026. And from all accounts, it looks like he's going to get parole, which would make him eligible to potentially sign with a team. He's 26 years old. Do you think a team gives him a shot?
The Raiders will. They still own his rights.
No, they don't.
They don't. His rookie year. His rookie deal expires this year. Like, this is the final year of his rookie deal. So once the NFL year ends and that new year begins, he's officially a free agent.
Actually, the moment that he went to jail, the rights were done. So like they
kept paying him. Actually, they kept
paying, they kept paying his
contract. Actually, went to the victim.
I'm about to say,
So that was actually a really class act by the Raiders.
Yeah.
So they were taking what his salary would have been and sending it to the victim.
Yeah. So like this was the 5th year of his rookie. Yeah, this is the 5th year of his rookie deal. So he's officially a free agent like this spring. If he does make parole, do you think someone brings him in for a workout knowing that he's 26 and he's probably been working out quite a bit in prison, just not like football workouts?
I hope they don't. I hope that dude never sees the football field again. I really hope he was executed, to be honest with you. So I don't care about this guy. I don't want to talk about this guy.
I mean,
no, because that dude
that is ridiculous.
That woman burned to death. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. He knew it. He drank, got behind the wheel of a car, and he burned a woman to death. Now, I don't know if you guys know what it feels to be burned. I do, and it hurts. It hurts like nothing I've ever felt my whole freaking life. And I don't think he should ever see the light of day. I'm sorry. There are things you should not be allowed to do once you've done that to somebody. And that's what I mean. I'm so passionate about that. It's ridiculous. I can't stand it. cannot stand it.
Well,
I can't stand a drunk driver. I can't. And the horrific the way in which she passed and the way she left this earth is ridiculous.
No, I get it. I'm just not wishing death on people.
No, I don't wish death on anybody, but at the same time, hey, it's a legal form of punishment, and I'm all for it. Period. I apologize. That's my rant. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that went a weird way. Hey, congrats, Jeremy, on that. That seems like a good segue into burning other people. Yeah, that took a weird turn. So, LeBron,
but that all being said, that being said, I mean, I do agree with Jay.
No, I agree.
You know
with
what
Jay
I mean?
too.
Like I mean, I don't know that I would go. And listen, I feel like everybody deserves a second chance. I don't know if he deserves it in the NFL. I think that he could go and do a lot of good with what he has learned and how he has done things now, and that he could be able to make a life restitution by doing things in that manner.
in fact, lots of people have done that where they've created an atrocity for drinking and driving, and then they go and be a major advocate speaking out against it. So, I mean, you see those types of things happen all the time. So I don't think he needed to die in prison.
Yeah, the vigor that Jay has, I can appreciate, about this. I mean, hey, somebody suffered very badly for a short amount of time, hopefully a very short amount of time. And
well, I mean, they probably died in a short amount of time, but they probably still.
So I'm sure there was definite suffering.
For a while, yeah.
No question.
But do I think he'll get a second chance? Probably.
I think he'll get a second chance to work out with teams and maybe be on like a roster for the preseason. But then it becomes a question: does a team want the headache if he performs well enough to be like, oh, he still has a little bit of talent left in the tank?
He'd have to be elite level for someone want to take on the noise that would come from it. Do I think somebody works him out? Sure. Yeah. Especially if you end up with a team like KC that, potentially loses a guy. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, worst comes to worst, he could probably just be like, oh, I'll just go to the UFL just to play football.
And that is probably an option.
Or maybe just go to coaching like a high school, like let's, start. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of agree with Jay in the point that I don't think that he deserves to come back.
I don't either.
There have been other people who have done far less that haven't been able to come back. So,
yeah, well, and ultimately he probably doesn't, right? Yeah. But someone will give him a workout.
Yeah,
because they want to see if he's as fast as he was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if he did not have the speed that he had, and if he wasn't like the natural gifted receiver that he was, because he was on pace to be one of probably the best receiver the Raiders have ever had, obviously, but he was on pace to be like a top 5 receiver in the NFL for a long time. Like, if he did not have that potential and he did this, nobody would care that he's making parole and getting out and things like that. But it's the fact that he was fast. He had so much potential to be such a great wide receiver that someone will call him and be like, you know what? Come work out with us for training camp. We'll put you on a preseason roster. We'll give you the reps, and we'll see what
it might actually be a private workout where they don't disclose it just because they don't want the noise and they want to see if he has that speed before they even get into the, hey, come to camp. That may be one of those phone calls of, hey, come to this high school that we're telling nobody about, and we want to see you run. And if you can, then maybe we'll entertain the noise. And if you can't, you were never here and we never talked.
Right. I don't think the Browns take a look, but I think the Chiefs and Jets take a look.
Especially if this Rashee Rice thing, if those allegations are true, then here's a real chance.
And the Jets just like a circus anyway, so why not go bring another circus act to town?
Send him to the Jets.
Well, not only that, Reed's got experience with trying to rehab a player's life.
Mm-hmm.
I wish somebody could rehab that young lady back to her life.
Well, I mean, listen, the one thing I have, a little bit of objection to what you're saying, though, is that he was a young kid who just got paid. And listen, we've all done stupid things. His just happened to be very tragic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it sounds good and all. It sounds good and all, Pags.
No. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't
it
sound good.
Good
I
the
get
way you're
what
making
saying.
it, the way you're oh, we're gonna give him an excuse. You know, a lot of people are young. But I'm sorry, you get behind the wheel of a car. I don't give a damn if you got a license. That puts you in a certain level of responsibility. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. You know what? That victim's family doesn't want to hear it either. And would your family want to hear it? If he killed one of your family members, would y'all want to hear that?
Just for some clarity, Jay. Through your entire 50 plus years on this planet, you never drank one time and got in your car.
No, not like that. No. Well, actually, I did. I take that back. I apologize. Nope, I can't say that. I did. And I will tell you. It was the most horrific thing because what I went through was very bad, and I don't wish on anybody. But I didn't. And maybe that's the way I feel about it is because I do know. But at the same time, if you take a life, I come from Texas, man. We're a death penalty state. I mean, this is just how we are. But
my point here is
you know,
it's not like it's something that you yourself hadn't done one time, and that situation could have went any number of ways.
I mean, look at Rashee Rice, for example, Jay. Like Rashee Rice.
I don't want to talk about this no more.
But I'm just saying,
this is funny because we only got a couple of minutes left, and LeBron says, I'm 41, so back-to-backs are off the tables. Just book it now.
Just retire already.
I mean, the thing that's funny, you're talking about a game 2 days in a row. It's not back-to-back like you go right from one game to the next game.
It's not like you're doing a youth tournament like you had 3 games in like a 4-hour stretch. Like
you can't figure out how to play basketball 2 days in a row. Like what are we doing? I mean, you're 41, you're not 80, man. Like, there's tons of people that have very physical jobs that are over 40 that have to show up every day, not twice in a row, and then you get some days off. Like you get every day. So LeBron is man. Just go.
He's just taking after Joel Embiid.
I'll tell you what, though, I like the way that Detroit is playing right now. They're looking really, really good, and they're not too far off the pace of the Oklahoma Thunder. Consider the Oklahoma Thunder kind of gave them a couple of back-to-back losses, kind of let them get a little bit closer. But I mean, they're keeping up with them.
The Thunder, I think, are 7-7 or 7-6 in their last 13 games. The Thunder have hit like a little bit of a rough spot that they're not used to right now.
Oh, here's another funny story for you. He's not going to retire till he has.
I saw that yesterday. I was laughing.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was kind of funny too. I was like, "Damn, Jerry actually think." Jerry, if that was really your end state the whole time, do you think in the 30-year reign as GM, maybe you could have fired your own damn self and got yourself a little closer to that end state? Maybe that would have helped. 30 years of insanity. Same stuff over and over with Dallas.
There you go.
I don't know, man.
Somehow, just before we get out of here, my Kraken are back in the playoff conversation, going 8-1-1 in the last 10. And they are actually scoring goals, which is the craziest part. They've clawed their way back in. They've found their way all the way back up to the 3rd spot in the Pacific Division. So, hey. Look at that! Look at them trying to turn it around. They actually scored 7 goals 2 nights ago, and in the last 4 games have put up at least 4 per game. So I mean, they've been doing some work as of late. I'm not sure if it's sustainable, but at least they're in the conversation again.
Hey, same with the Red Wings. They're in the conversation for the first time in 9 years, and we actually lead the Eastern Conference right now. Which, hey, I'll enjoy that while I can.
And of course, if you're in the
you're down by a point.
Yeah, last night. Yeah.
Because I'm covering it tonight anyway. So there we go.
And the Flyers are in it. So we got all our hockey teams are in the playoffs at the moment.
Yeah, I
Woohoo!
mean, we still got half a season to go, but hey, we're in the conversation. That's where you wanna be. That being said, that does get us to the end of the show. If you've been watching along and enjoyed the ups and downs of the roller coaster of this particular show, be sure to like and subscribe. Otherwise, we are getting out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Take it easy, everybody.
Peace.